follows. Yeah, I guess Shadow played it yesterday.
Proper story is supposed to start at the beginning. Ain't so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world got all twisted, leaving him stranded on a rock in the sky.
I love the narrator in this game.
He gets up, sets off for the Bastion, where everyone agreed to go in case of trouble. Ground forms up under his feet as it pointing away. He don't stop to wonder why. Finds his lifelong friend just lying in the road. Well, it's a touching reunion. He sees what's left of the rippling walls. Years of work undone in an instant. In the calamity. That a survivor? No, ma'am. It's a gas fella. Forced out from underground. Kid pops him good. Fella got a piece of him, though.
I like how the narrator changes depending on what happens. It's awesome.
Kid just rages for a while.
Kid just rages for a while. I'm sorry, narrator.
An old repeater falls out of the sky. Ain't a gift from the gods, but it'll have to do. Gotta hold her still, but spin up the chamber.
That's the volume now, by the way. I did. There we go, that's probably better for you guys.
Kid's worked up quite a thirst by now, so that fountain looks real inviting. Sometimes you just need a drink. A school of squirts tunnels up around them. Must have fled here from the mines. Kid finds a memento from a girl he knew. Always used to fancy her. He sets foot inside one of Celandia's famous watering holes. Inside's old Rondi, the bartender. The calamity got him before his drinking did. Then Kid finds his trusty shield. The security takes him for a petty thief. Clang. Shield saves his hide. Windbags start turning up the last call.
Too easy.
More squirts start coming out of the woodwork. A big old fella pops out in front of the kid. Kid sees the way to the Bastion out the window. It's a bit of a drop.
Window.
He gets a good look at things on his way down. He lands on top of a breaker's bow, and it ain't broke. Kid spies a good perch for some target practice. He knows he should draw the string all the way back. The kid pockets a memento from a breaker, once the fastest man in the land. Good news is the emergency defenses still work. Bad news is they're aiming for the kid.
I want to kill him. It's good. Don't know how much it matters, but...
Picks up a few pointers from a dusty old tome. He's a mighty fast learner.
Wrong button all the time.
And then he falls to his death. I'm just fooling. Wasn't long before the kid could loose an arrow, strong and true. He finds the distillery, right next to the arsenal. Tough part of town. One sip of the spirits in that distillery, and the kid'll feel like a new man.
Oh, you can actually...
The arsenal's where the kid can pick the best tools for the job.
Oh. New one. A hammer. Go.
Some of them squirts birthing like crazy in a couple of corn pins. An old ferry barge sends the kid on his way. The Bastion's real close now. takes a chunk of alloy. Smell of barley and spoiled blueberries fills the air. Scumbags. Kid maybe shouldn't have done what he just did.
I love things that make sense.
Robs a scumbag of his last meal. Kid puts him out of his misery.
Give me that shit, thank you.
He finds the core to the Wharf District. He steals the city's heart. Might as well. Kid has a feeling you better get a move on. The place is starting to fall. See, that core Kid took was the only thing making this particular rock stay afloat. Kid just keeps running. Somersaulting like crazy.
Somersaults like crazy.
At last, the Skyway's in sight. Whisks him where he needs to go.
Huh.
Now the kid sees something stranger still. His mind races. Did anybody else survive? Sure enough, he finds another. He finds me.
Find you?
And just like that,
Oh,
the Bastion comes alive.
Mind.
Starts growing again. Growing stronger. Kid's gotta put its power to good use.
Completely.
Now the Bastion can send him even farther into the wild unknown.
Hello.
We talk for a spell.
Talk for a spell.
There's a bit of the Bastion's power in that crest, enough to point the way to the cores. All I tell him is to set that core of his on the monument there, then watch. I try to let the kid down gently. This is the Bastion, all right, except no one else showed up. Ain't always much to say.
I guess we can. Oh, so we're going here then.
Kid ponders what to build.
Ah, right.
Makes time to sample spirits from my personal supply. Hearty punch is so zesty, it'll let you carry on through the worst of times.
So,
Kid don't know what's out there waiting for him.
so we're going
The
this way.
Skyway. Now the kid can ride the wind to distant lands.
Okay.
Now he lands at the intersection between bad and wrong.
Oh my.
Ought to be a core down one of these twisted streets. But which one? He heads for the squirt steps. Won't be no field trip this time. Kid ain't ever seen an elephant squirt before. Hopes he'll never see one again.
Oh, I hate these things.
Keeps telling himself he better watch his step. They say even the most rambunctious squirts can be tamed. No sign of the core here. At least the kid got something for his trouble. Squirts don't make the best of friends, but they can be useful in a pinch. Them squirts just don't know when to quit. Up north is where the gas fella foreman used to live, tending to his flock. There it is, but it's locked down tight in an alloy cage. A blustery old foreman's keeping his fellas in check, almost like he's showboating for the crowd.
Fly a lot, apparently.
Now there's a new marshal in town. He hears the whole place groan, but it's too tough to fall. Might as well check the other side streets before leaving this hole. He heads for the biggest dump in town. Scumbag alley. Some scumbag still feeding off the city's own trash. And there he is. The oldest scumbag of them all. Gershel. The calamity ain't done much for Gershel's sunny disposition. Shame old Gershel can't float like when he was a young fella.
Die.
The rest of the path is gone for good, and his city crest won't bring it back.
Hammering things like a man should. I can leave you now.
He comes back, just like I knew he would. The core hums in his pack. The monument's calling for it. Kid does it again. Only fair he decides what we build next. Sometimes a single look says it all.
What? Cocaine. Do we want it?
A lot of things need fixing up in this world. And we can start right here.
Select an upgrade.
Kid's lifelong
Oh,
friends looking fit to
didn't
keep on
even-
fighting.
I guess more damage is fine. Ah.
With a good length of meat gut, that bow's like new again.
Moving on.
Picked up traces of other cores while the kid was out.
Matter? I guess not.
Couples used to walk the sundown path. Kid ain't here for pleasure though.
Oh yeah.
But then,
What?
somebody gets to the core before the kid. The floor starts giving way under the lightest step. The single panic squirt could bring the whole place down. Fragments of the old world rain from the sky. Well, the path ain't exactly open to visitors no more. See, the path was intended for leisurely strolling and such. Sky bridges link the path together.
So was there anything? Was it just? It's not.
One of them bridges whips the kid along.
Ah, right. I was thinking I went back up.
Air travel always was an
Never mind.
iffy proposition. The calamity changed everything, even where the wind blows. Well, if we mastered the winds in the old days, we could do it again. But the question is, who else could have taken the core? Well, ain't no survivor stole the thing. Scumbag ate it by mistake. Tough break. Unlike the kid, that core ain't coming back. No, they used to ship live munitions down the path. These wires to toss those things are plenty far away. Even gas fellas need some shut-eye from time to time. They get real cranky when you wake them up. In all his toil, Kid keeps coming back to an overwhelming question. Who else could have survived the calamity?
Maybe my puppy survived. No, just, you know, hoping for the best.
So he didn't find the core that time, but that ain't about to stop us. What else is there to say? Can't be too careful these days.
Is it storming? It's storming. Oh. Yeah, I know it's raining.
In better days, the melting pot was sealed tighter than the skin on a squirt. Of all the plans to survive the calamity, it had to be stab weeds. Blasted things hurt like a broken heart. If there's a core, he figures it ought to be deeper down.
Get away from me.
Core's stuck inside one of those fancy cages. No breaking a cage like that, but the kid tries anyway. Gotta find a way to spring it open. He throws a switch. Now what could possibly go wrong?
Indeed.
Quite a bit, as it turns out. The cage starts lifting from the core ever so slow. All Kid can do is wait.
Hello.
Shipments start falling in. Not every squirt's born bad. Some spring to the kid's defense. Judging by the movement of the cage, it's gonna take a little while.
That's fine. It's not even hard. I really like this game, I
Scumbags
must
don't
say.
take kindly to
And hello everyone. Glad that you're sticking around even though we're playing indie games this evening, or this morning. Depending on where we are, of course.
Even some gas fellas take his
And I've heard a
corner.
lot of good things about
Heard
this
he
game.
popped that mean old
And
foreman.
so far, I must say I like this. And of course, I
At
love
this
the
rate,
narrator.
maybe 5 more minutes. Maybe 30. Hard to tell.
30 minutes.
Squirts get real territorial around the core. Then a shipment of free samples shows up.